Social media and trailers are the first point of contact between films and their viewers. This means that they have a job to accomplish in the world of film. They set the tone, they set the expectations. They must sell you on the experience that it is offering to you. Steve Johansen, in an article titled Coming Attractions, What Movie Trailers Can Teach Us About Persuasion, details several different types of trailers. He lists the types as genre trailers,
Fear is a tool.
story trailers,
The dark side.
and star trailers.
Those nightmares. Tell me, what was it
I see it slightly differently. I see it as visuals,
about? Wake me up! Wake me up!
nostalgia,
State your name for the record.
Jin Urso.
Forgery of imperial documents. Possession of stolen property.
and name/needle drop.
Don't forget where we came from.
Of course, many trailers do not choose just one strategy to use. Which strategies they do utilize depends on what movie they are trying to promote. Rebooting a franchise for a modern audience, nostalgia and visuals. Action flick, visuals and pop music. But why do most trailers fall into these types of categories? To answer that, we need to rewind. Christopher Nolan's Inception falls into the category of visuals. Post-Inception, in 2010, you are hard-pressed to find a trailer that does not include. This sound is called the BRAAAM. In an article by Adrian Daub for Long Reads, he says the BRAAAM has its roots in a scoring style composer Hans Zimmer employed for much of the early aughts. This sound effect all works towards the efficiency of a trailer. Let's take a look at how the BRAAAM is used in the trailer.
A single idea from the human mind can build cities.
And in comparison. The BRAAAM, in conjunction with the music choice for the trailer being so mysterious, emphasizes the confusion and intrigue of the visuals. The choice of a whimsical, light, and almost operatic music track mixed with the booming of the BRAAAM makes the viewer feel this sense of impending doom, but you cannot quite put your finger on the source of that doom. Keeping this in mind, let's look at one of the trailers for Star Wars is one of the biggest offenders of using nostalgia in their marketing, and that's not a bad thing. We see them bring for almost all of their trailers. Let's look at Rogue One specifically. In addition to the Force theme, Rogue One uses their own version of Inception's BRAAAM. It's called the klaxon alarms. These alarms serve the same purpose as BRAAAM does in the Inception trailer, and you can even hear the BRAAAM mixed with the klaxon alarms. In combination with the music, these sounds give us feelings of uneasiness and worry. The implementation of these established themes allow us to overlay what we see on these short clips with our own previous emotions. When it comes to social media posts and trailers, it's all about efficiency. How can we get the strongest emotions out of a viewer in the shortest amount of time? If all you get is 2 minutes, why not use something that brings in an established feeling and build off of that? Changing and modifying that established feeling to fit what you need. We see this happen with the trailerization of licensed music. Seemingly first coined by Niall Doherty in an article for The Guardian, trailerization is defined as whereby classic songs are being retooled and remixed to align with the dramatic beats of a 2.5-minute blockbuster trailer. Trailerization has become so heavily used across many different trailers. Trailerization can be used in the literal sense, where we take the words in the song as literal as possible, or instead we can consider the feelings evoked by the song. Zack Snyder uses both ways. He uses Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah in both his film The Watchmen and then also in the trailer of Zack Snyder's Justice League. The use of Hallelujah in the Justice League trailer was explicitly meta. It was self-celebratory, and it was used in a way to communicate to his fans how much of a win this was for Zack Snyder. In The Watchmen, it is used to communicate, let's just call it an explosion of love that finally happens between Night Owl and the second Silk Spectre. Both uses are ways to communicate efficiently what is happening, whether it is in the cultural zeitgeist or not. James Gunn is also a proponent of using trailerized versions of pop music for his movies. He, in my opinion, uses these songs the best. We see the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy using Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow, Fox on the Run by Sweet, and Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Sweet. What's interesting about these three songs from the start of the trilogy to the end is that the amount of time attributed purely to each licensed song increases with each trailer. Each of these songs work to set the expectations of the movie in a catchy way that sticks with the viewer. In combining the effectiveness of using the variations of BRAAAM and trailerized songs, we find that the mood and ideal of a film is easily conveyed through sound. Trailers that use these strategies to accomplish their goals are much more economical for movie studios. Making a trailer is an art. There's so much that we will see happen in the future with how trailers adapt to fit the needs of the marketers. We shall see in the coming years what the trends will be.